Hey there, Ed McCormack here, founder of the crypto education platform, Dchained. Today's video, we're going to talk about some headline news that 1inch made when it announced a really exciting gas fee refund program that they're offering to investors who are willing to stake 1inch on their platform and ultimately could help you save thousands of dollars every month and leave you some money in your wallet to help generate returns as the market starts to pick back up. We're going to cover all of that right now. So to start, I want you to think about this. How much money do you spend in gas fees or transaction fees trading on any given month? Odds are you either don't know, because many times we get caught up in just making the trades and we look at, how much of a certain coin we're able to get in exchange for another, or we often try to downplay how much is actually leaving our wallet and just being paid out to miners. And this is a big problem because if you think about one of the obstacles that DeFi in general has faced in the last 12 to 18 months, it's been the cost of doing transactions. And it's a bit of a double-edged sword because the more that the market picks up, and DeFi being really one of those leading sectors that have drawn investors in, the more people who come onto Ethereum's blockchain and ultimately create more congestion. And this is a scenario where you have supply and demand. The demand to do the transactions far outstrip the supply of miners who are adding transactions to the blockchain, resulting in these miners being able to charge several $100s in order to do any transaction. And it created a scenario where if you're not trading big dollars at high volumes, it really didn't make sense to do a lot of different trades on different times of the day, like late morning, early afternoon, end of day, when it gets real expensive. Now, even with the latest upgrades that we've seen in the last few weeks leading into the August 4th release of Ethereum 2.0, the prices have gone down, but still it's pretty easy to start looking at how you can rack up anywhere from $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000 plus in gas fees on any given month. And that starts to add up pretty quickly because over the course of a year, you're looking at anywhere from, $5,000 to $50,000 plus just in fees that you're paying out to miners that you're not getting a return on. And that's a problem. So this is where 1inch has come in and put out a very simple matrix that lays out how much you need to stake on 1inch in order to get a refund on their platform. And it ranges from anywhere from 100 tokens to 100,000 tokens. And this provides two unique opportunities that we're going to go through a quick example of right now, which is if you look at 1inch in general, at the time of this recording, it is trading at about $2.20. That's roughly 71% lower than where it was trading on May 10th. So with that being said, knowing that we are looking at a discounted price by about 3/4 on the token itself, if you were to simply purchase 1,000 tokens, it's going to cost you $2,200 to get them. And you stake that on 1inch's platform. At the same time, you average $1,000 a month in gas fees that you pay out. If you were to get a 50% refund starting on September 1st, you would get roughly $500 back. At the same time, if 1inch only gets back to that high that it hit back in May 10th. And again, keep in mind that we have just come out of a 2-month heavy price correction across the whole market. So if it gets back to just where it was, which is roughly a 3.5x, you are looking at roughly $1,700 on that $500 sent back to you. And this is where it gets interesting because this is an investment that is ultimately paying for itself. And it's only getting back to its original level about 2 months ago. Now, there are a few things just to be mindful of when it comes to this refund. The first is, let's talk about when. Well, the program is open to anyone starting effective immediately, but the refund won't be paid out until September 1st. And it's roughly 10 million tokens that will be paid out on September 1st. So if you're on the fence and curious about when you should get started, it's always better to start sooner than later, because inevitably 1inch could ultimately see the amount of people who are staking their tokens and cut it off and limit the supply that could be staked at any given time, knowing that they're only going to be giving out 10 million tokens. The other thing to be mindful of are certain settings that have to be in place in order for you to be eligible for the refund. The first is the fast gas setting. Now, you could find these settings if you just simply go to 1inch, and there's a settings button just above the tokens that you're about to swap, and make sure that you select fast. The other setting that you need to have in place is setting your slippage to 1%. If you don't have these two settings in place and your tokens are not staked and you're not hitting those thresholds, unfortunately, you're not going to get a refund. But if you do, this is where you could really set yourself up for some big returns, because as we've seen in the past, DeFi, when it comes back and starts to gain investor confidence and excitement, usually comes back extremely strong. And to be able to not only purchase an investment in one of the larger decentralized exchanges that is being priced right now at a discount, but at the same time, have that platform also return a portion, if not all, of the transaction fees that you're paying on any cryptocurrency on their platform, you're talking about a scenario where you're looking at some big compound returns that you could start generating. And ultimately, this is one of those investments that you might want to start considering adding to your overall wallet just for the returns on the gas fees alone. So there's a lot of upside here if you're looking right now for where you might want to invest, just as a way of saving money and also putting yourself in a position for some potential big returns once the market starts really heating up in the DeFi sector. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, subscribe, pound that like button, and please tell your friends and family, share this video with them. We love to build the Dchained community, and we love and appreciate all the people who view and subscribe to this channel who help us out along the way. So until next time, happy and safe investing. I'll speak with you soon.